It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Monday, the 27th of May. It is Memorial Day 2024. I'm Michael Groff. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. And we've hit the long, hot summer here in Phoenix. Sunny days, clear nights. Temperatures will be above average. And of course, dry conditions will be the rule for most of the forecast period. There is perhaps just a hint of forecast uncertainty way out there toward the end of the period, which obviously we're going to talk about that and everything else as we dive on in. First, here's the almanac from yesterday. 99 degrees the afternoon high, 70 the morning low, 98 and 73 are the averages for this time of the year. Looking outside now, around 7 a.m., we've got sunny sky. We've got 75 degrees at Sky Harbor. It's dry, dew point 34, humidity 22%. The winds are light, and the barometer is rising. Upper level weather pattern across the nation. We've got a trough digging in across the Great Lakes in the eastern part of the country, and we have seen some strong and severe storms. What an active night for the Tennessee Valley with multiple tornado warnings. We had some severe thunderstorm warnings across parts of central and eastern Alabama, moving into North Georgia with some very strong straight line winds in those, exceeding 70 miles an hour. That was a rough night, along with large hail and very heavy rain. Some flood warnings down there. For us, though, no such luck. In fact, it's just dry, with the main storm track to the north of us and high pressure trying to build in. So we will be heating up. Speaking of, here's the watch warning map. We've got heat not just here in the southwest, but for the Rio Grande Valley, the Gulf Coast of Texas, moving into Louisiana. Excessive heat warnings. If you're in places like McAllen, Zapata, Brownsville, Texas, Victoria, Corpus Christi, the Houston area, over toward Lake Charles, just sizzling hot. Now, for Houston, we could see heat index values exceeding 110 degrees. Heat index is when you combine the air temperature, the actual temperature, and then the humidity. Factor that in. Those are the heat index values. Further to the south and west from there, in the lower Rio Grande Valley, Zapata and McAllen, Texas, heat index values may touch 115 to 120 because air temperatures will be around 105 to 110 and very humid conditions down there. Won't be quite that bad here, but we do have an air quality alert issued by the Arizona Department of Environmental Quality. That's for today and tomorrow. Likely that will be extended into Wednesday. I don't have the graphic here because it hasn't been updated, but last air quality forecast that I saw had ozone remaining in the unhealthy range for Wednesday. So respiratory sufferers might want to limit your outdoor activity through the middle part of the week, particularly in the midday through the early evening hours. Also, we have a severe thunderstorm watch across North Georgia with that line of storms that just continues to move east. That has been just producing, that's had a history of very strong straight line winds, as we mentioned. Convective outlook for today, that risk of severe storms from South Alabama, the standard slight risk, all the way up to upstate New York, and that includes the middle Atlantic states, parts of Texas in that slight risk as well. The broader severe weather risk, really Texas, the Gulf Coast, also the upper Midwest. We've got a marginal risk of severe storms. North of Arizona, there could be some thunder, nothing severe expected, but Utah, Nevada, parts of the Sierras, and up into the Pacific Northwest, some thunder possible, but very quiet for us. Speaking of, the precipitation outlook valid through Monday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, nada. Statewide, zippo. Region-wide, ostensibly nothing. Main storm track stays far away from us, as we expect this time of year. We'll get into the details of all of this right now, see what the future may hold as we roll those models. Here we go. The GFS, this is the 06Z run. It's valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Troughing over the Great Lakes, digging down into the East Coast. For us, high pressure is building in. The heights are coming up, and, well, you know what that means. Down at the surface, sunny and kind of toasty today. Highs upper 90s to about 103. Now, that's nowhere near a record for today, but still a little bit above normal. And if you're outdoors, I do suggest find yourself some shade. I know it's going to be one of those days. People go outside, they swim, they barbecue, they have a lot of fun outside. Maybe you're out there doing the yard work. Whatever it is you're doing on this holiday, try to avoid your sun exposure as much as possible. Put on that sunscreen, get under an umbrella, do whatever you got to do to protect yourself, protect your skin, drink plenty of water. This will be the hottest stretch of weather we've had all year so far, and it's going to continue through the week ahead. All right, so for tonight, we've got clear sky, lows mid-60s to mid-70s. At least the nights are still cooling off somewhat. Tomorrow, it's more the same. Sunny, highs 100 to 104. More the same on Wednesday. Basically, within a degree or two, the fluctuations will be, but that's about it for the rest of the week. Thursday, Friday. Moving into the weekend, high temperatures might peak up a degree or two. 101 to 105 for Saturday and Sunday. And each day, the sky is sunny. The air is dry. We don't expect any precipitation. The main storm track stays far away. Here's a week from today. This is Monday, the 3rd of June, and now we're moving into meteorological summer. And we've got high pressure here. That 594 ridge is just to the south of us, that nasty thing. Stay away, but it's not. It's actually building closer to us. That 591 contour is overhead, so we're going to be sizzling high temperatures at least 105 degrees if that verifies. And I know people like to say, well, if we get hot sooner, it means the monsoon will come sooner. And that's kind of one of those old wives' tales. It's not really true. The how hot it is in June has really nothing to do, or little to do, with whether or not the monsoon is more intense or gets here sooner or whatever. That's one of those things. The theory is that, of course, with stronger ridging, that means more heat. And if the ridge is stronger, it's pulling in more moisture to the south of us and it's gathering down there. And then all it has to do, that ridge just moves over into its magical location of the Four Corners or over New Mexico or the Rockies, and we get moisture in here. Yeah, that happens often, but not always. And this is one of those summers where, unfortunately, at least the projections right now are that this is going to be a very subpar monsoon season, but we'll see. Even for the forecast period anyway, going out 10 days, this is Wednesday, the 5th of June. And I mentioned there's a little bit, just a hint of forecast uncertainty out here. And it revolves around this scenario that now the GFS has been advertising. A few of the ensemble members are advertising. We've got ridging setting up centered over West Texas. We've got this little upper low that develops just to the west of us and more of a southerly flow across much of Arizona, which could theoretically import some moisture from the south. And if that were to happen, we could see at least a few showers and storms over the higher terrain of Arizona. Maybe the humidity levels come up here just a bit too. But unfortunately, in that configuration with southerly flow and upper heights at 588 decameters, it would still be hot. It's not like we'd get any relief from the heat, and we probably wouldn't see any precipitation here in the lower deserts unless that setup were to hold for quite some time. Again, this is at 10 days. This is basically in the realm of fantasy. Will it happen? It could. It's possible. It has happened before. But it's only ever rained one time on June 5th in the history of Phoenix, going back, 128 years. So I would not count on that. Speaking of rainfall, let's check that out off the GFS Ensemble. This goes out through the 10th of June. 31 members here. A few of them try to introduce some precipitation, but we're just not going to get too excited about that. The European Ensemble, really no hope for any meaningful precipitation over the next couple of weeks, as is to be expected, because as I always tell you, this time of the year, this late May through mid-June window, this is, historically speaking, the driest point on the calendar in Phoenix and really through much of the Southwest United States. Checking out temperatures off the National Blend of Models. Doesn't get much more consistent than that, does it? Highs 104, 105. Again, these are above average, but they're not that far above average to come anywhere close to records. And we might nudge it up a couple of degrees way out there toward the middle of next week, with highs maybe approaching 107 or even 108. Yeah, it's the long, hot summer, and it's here. Not much we can do about that. That's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. And of course, if you really like what we do here, you can click that thanks icon below the video, make those donations to us, those monetary contributions, or you can donate directly to me, Groff Show, at gmail.com. on PayPal. That's GROFF show@gmail.com for PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona Weather Discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of Sweet Child, az.com.org, and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. There's the banner. I remembered it this time. Well, actually, I didn't. I started to run through this video earlier. This is actually the second recording of this video because somehow it got cut off. The first recording got cut off somewhere, and I'm not sure exactly how that happens. So just blame the cat. Why not? The cat was in here messing with a bunch of stuff. My keyboard, my piano sound is, I don't know, she came up with a custom sound on the keyboard. So, I mean, that sounds kind of nice. I'll have to do something with that later. Freya is a musician. Well, you didn't know that, but that's our cat for you. Anyway, check out Michelle, check out Sweet Child, check out all of her other relevant links down there in the description. And of course, our streaming station, available 24/7, 365. It is called KMGX. We play a ton of music. We have a lot of fun with that. And so you can check that out too on Live 365 and all of the other places that KMGX is available. But of course, you can listen to that anywhere, including your car. We often do. So why not? All right, that's it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning, as I already said. So yes, please check that out. I thank you guys so much for watching, all of your continued support. It's a holiday, folks. Give me a little bit of a break here. It's we're on a holiday fix today, and please do be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and have yourselves an awesome rest of your Memorial Day.